For Subaru enthusiasts that have always wanted a fun, sporty small car, there was the Subaru WRX. It's no secret that car prices have gone up with the rising economy post-COVID. The future is uncertain, but what we do know is that the affordable sports compact segment just got smaller. Subaru announced it earlier this year for 2025 that the base model WRX will no longer be available. This hikes the entry of our first choice to get into a brand new WRX. The premium trim replaces the base trim and starts roughly over 35,000 MSRP. Long gone are the days of low entry performance compact cars. Why did Subaru do this? Buyers voted with their wallet. The premium trim was the more popular purchase, and cost cutting was the answer. Subaru chose to move up market where their potential new buyers are at. What if Subaru still had one other model that can fill the niche? I'm talking about the Subaru Impreza RS trim. With a starting MSRP over 2700, unfortunately, its only downfall is the very reason many chose the WRX, the lack of a manual transmission. Many reviews have also challenged the claim of the RS trim being sporty, and power was just one of the main complaints. Let's take a look past these claims for a minute. Does Subaru have another compact vehicle that can fill the affordable $25,000 range that's not a crossover? No. Let's ask the more obvious question. With today's market, how can Subaru give us a sporty compact vehicle at 25,000 and over 230 horsepower? The answer? They can't. That will never happen again. Let's be realistic. Sporty, compact cars don't make mass profit, and less profit means less development. Now let's ask the more reasonable question. Can Subaru make a sporty compact car that won't eat into Subaru WRX sales? Yes, they can. Let's go back to the Impreza for a second and discuss what can be done to bridge this new gap that Subaru has created. There are a few things we can consider, but our main concern that's in the current Impreza RS has been about power. Let's talk powertrain. What are Subaru's options? Let's take a look at the first option. We heard of their 1.8-liter turbocharged engine in the Forester in Japan. Could we potentially see that come to North America? Unlikely, because the cost of that process. Remember, cost-cutting measures are always challenged in large corporations. This rules out the 1.8 turbo engine. Let's look at our second option. The current engine inside the Impreza RS, the 2.5-liter engine that makes 182 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. Is there potential to make more power out of this engine while meeting the emission standards? If Subaru could, I would think they had done so by now. But let's also take a look beyond the engine. What else could be done? That's right, a more aggressive final drive ratio would improve the feel of the Impreza RS to where it might be satisfactory to compete with rivals like the Civic Si. Let's not stop there though and overlook the elephant in the room, the CVT. From Reddit posts to online opinions, it's been said that the SPT, or the CVT, found in the WRX is more efficiently tuned than the CVT found in the Impreza RS. Whether the two CVT transmissions are the exact same units with different internals to handle the horsepower difference is something outside my knowledge. You might say it's turbo versus naturally aspirated, but people said the SPT drives differently compared to the same engine found in the Subaru Outback. It would appear the SPT has different tunings done to it. This is what the Impreza RS needs, the SPT. Now we can argue that a manual transmission must be offered in the Impreza RS to truly qualify it as a sporty compact car. I wouldn't doubt that a manual would change people's mind about the vehicle. Maybe Subaru might have enough in their parts bin to do this in future updates, since the base WRX is no longer available. Just be mindful, they may not add a shorter gear ratio even if they add a manual transmission, and they aren't going to squeeze more power out of the naturally aspirated 2.5. The Final option we can talk about regarding power is a new drivetrain, specifically Subaru's rollout of their new hybrid powertrains. It consists of their naturally aspirated 2.5 engine with two electric motors. This keeps Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is a staple in Subaru. Power figures pushes above 194 horsepower combined. Torque is likely similar figures as the release of this video. That data is not known. All the power is run through a eCVT. With all three options, let's discuss what's likely a choice. Now let's speculate what a Subaru Impreza RS with the hybrid powertrain would be like. First of all, it would be efficient, but we're talking about sporty, so let's say the power bump is good, not great. The car will also have gotten heavier, probably 200 to 300 pounds heavier. This would push the Impreza RS from 3,200 upward to 3,500 pounds, right around the weight of a WRX, if not a little heavier. Let's discuss the bottom line of this powertrain. Would this powertrain be a good trade-off and keep the context of a cheap, sporty compact car? No, it doesn't. The hybrid powertrain adds weight, which is not the philosophy of sport. Another problem is the power ratings. It doesn't seem like it would add more performance. I could be wrong, and the torque figures may make this powertrain a contender, but for now we're going by what we know from Subaru. Next, the price would jump tremendously, making an Impreza RS hybrid sit at $30,000 to $35,000 or more. The hybrid option just doesn't sit right. So, what is our best bet to make the Subaru Impreza RS a better sporty option that can fill in the gap of an affordable sports compact? It would be our second option. Add a manual transmission with revised gear ratios and the SPT from the WRX. Some might say to keep the CVT out of it, but the honest truth is, you aren't going to buy it anyway, so it doesn't matter. A revised manual transmission can be Subaru's minimum effort to make the Impreza RS fill in a spot that once belonged to the base WRX. The SPT would make the RS special enough to live up to the spirit of sport. Is this the end of the affordable sports compact car? Yes, but only if Subaru lets it.